When we moved to our land 1.5 years ago, we had many plans, but only one clear goal in mind: to become as self-sufficient as we possibly could. But we are only 2 people doing everything alone, and the only way to successfully approach this grand plan was to start somewhere, and go day by day. First, we built a cabin, as a temporary home. In the meantime, we created a food garden to eat from, and later we set our off-grid solar system up in a temporary location to produce our own clean electricity. And now we're building the workshop, a project that will change everything. The main idea with this project was to create a multifunctional space, to install the solar panels on top, and that could host many different uses, like a workspace covered from the rain, a greenhouse for growing food during winter, on-site laundry, adding extra storage space, or even converting it into a guest house in the future. The main design goal was that we could take it apart at any given time and install it in a different part of the land. Because for us, budget is a big part of the equation, so having a building that serves several uses and that can be reused elsewhere in a few years is very important. And this week we made this new project a reality. New merch. Today it's a bit late, but I'm gonna try to tackle installing all the Omega profiles on this part of the roof. Need to put these pieces underneath Omega. Alright, I just finished installing the 3 Omegas. We need to trim them, and I think I'm gonna move the truck just in case, because you know the grinder is not good for the paints of the car. Alright, that was fun. Now I'm gonna cut. If you're wondering why am I cleaning the floor like that, it's because we have 3 days of rain coming. I don't want to have any metal like thingy from screwing and cutting on the floor, because if not, it gets all rusty and it's a pain in the butt to remove. Eugenia's been preparing her specialty soup with a new bread recipe. We are really enjoying using this steamed bread. She actually steams it with this thingy that goes here in between the lid and the lower part. The bread gets cooked with the vapors from the actual soup, which is so yummy. Seems like it's going to rain, but it isn't raining, so we're gonna try to start working and see if we can get something done. new day. Yesterday it started raining really quickly and we had to run away, so we only have done this top trim and the bottom trim, which was already actually raining when we did it. And today I think we're gonna try to tackle both side trims, which will be this guy and the other side, and after that we're gonna start cladding this wall. Hopefully we can have everything ready for today. That's the goal. There are many ways to do this, and I'm gonna be following the advice on one of the YouTube channels that I follow. I'm gonna leave the name here, and then I'm gonna leave the link to the actual video in the description. The top part is going to be overhanging, like cantilevering a little bit from above, so any water that hits on top goes in this U channel and then out. And then the bottom is a little bit more complicated. We are going to be cutting it like this, which is 45, and then this tab is just like you cut this side and that side, and then you just bend it with your finger. This way we can slide this inside and leave it like that, which is a really nice finish. I mean, this is poorly cut. Hopefully this one I do a better job. By the way, you need to open this tab so it gets inside this other tab from the bottom trim, and then this piece gets screwed in that omega, that small piece omega that I put yesterday, and the top one. I'm gonna test it like this without cutting the 45 degrees to see how it looks. Alright, this trim is done. Took me a little bit longer than expected, probably like almost the same time than framing this wall. But anyways, it's done properly. It's the first time I do this way, and it came out really nice. I can see that everything is properly sealed and nice and pretty.
Both are for you.
Both for me? No, one for you, one for me.
No, I ate one. Pepe!
We lost one.
That's the best one.
While I was trimming the window, Eugenia was putting these plants here. They were way too close. They have grown so much when we planted them over here. I mean, it doesn't even look like they are missing so many plants, you know? All of these were in this line. They have grown so much and it looks just fantastic. I don't know how we do it, but every time that we need to put panels, there's a lot of wind. Good job! Just finished putting the first trim profile, and that one goes underneath the roof cladding. It is there so the water comes from the roof cladding, hits that profile, and then goes outside the exterior wall. Basically we had to do that before installing the roof, and that's why it was the first thing that we started doing this morning. And now we're gonna go ahead and start with the roof. Just finished installing the first roof. It's the easier one because you have access from the right, from the left, and from the front. And now for the second panel, we will only have access from the front and from this left side. You know, I've seen people climbing over the roof, but this plastic I don't think is strong enough for me to do that. I will need to figure out a way to access to that. So we have decided that the Johnny is gonna come over here through the ladder. Jenny, are you ready?
Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. Slide around the city with my day one. I ain't gotta worry cause they A1. Wasn't in the field then you can't come with us. My little shawty going stupid, going straight dumb with us. I'm a big time, still humble in the hood. Gotta keep it positive on nothing but the good. When I'm on vacation, I be stunting like I should. Got a real queen falling, she gon' stumble on the wood. And I still be doing business with my brother down. And I know that if I got it, I'ma cover them. And I know that if I need it, they gon' give it back. Gotta practice what you preachin', I be living that. Taking trips round the globe, bringing game back. Touchdown hood, happy that I came back. Take a photo with my granny for the memories. And if it's for a good cause, I'm buying 10 of these. Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. Knee deep in the game and I'm still the same. Why you always hating? That's a shame. Gotta split the profits with the ones that came. With your other homies, share the vision, yeah, we got the same picture. You won't catch me in the club, I like to meditate. I be higher than a bird, I like to levitate. When I ask them how they doing, it ain't never great. So I be focused on the money, need a better rate. Baby girl eating veggies, doing yoga at the crib. Swimming in the winter, don't get colder where I live. Still the same number, if you got it, you can hit it. Pull up to the park, I'ma match you on a sticky. I ain't tryna be nobody, I ain't gotta be. 100 bands up, shopping at the Dollar Tree. Never been a type that gotta act, gotta lie. I just go and get the bread and bring it back to the tribe. Seem like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Say on the outside.
Alright, so we're done for the day. It already feels very different inside here. It's very nice. Look at this. Oh, finally we're covered another shaded space in our property, which is amazing to have. Tomorrow we will put the roof ridge and probably start with this front wall. Now I'm going to go ahead and charge all the batteries because today we pretty much use all the batteries that we have. The front trim looks fantastic. You know, I'm sure somebody's gonna complain, but that detail, guys, don't mind what you read because it's just next level. You know, I want this to look like this. Ooh. Amazing progress today. I mean, we put the whole roof. Look, this morning we didn't have a roof and we didn't have the first trim and the second trim, so we did a lot today. Eugenia is in there getting lunch ready. We have Swiss chard, fish from the local market, roasted potatoes. Let's see if I can show you guys. I know you want to see it. Aspen, you want some fish? Maybe later, man, maybe later. Okay, new day. Roof is finished. We finished it yesterday. Still missing to put the ridge cap, but I have decided last night that we're gonna jump on putting the cladding on both side walls, so we can put the roof ridge at the end. That way it overlaps with the rest of the trims that we need to put. If not, we will need to guess how much we need to let it overhanging, and you know, it is not 100% accurate, and I would like it to be right there. Since we are not in a rush and it doesn't look it's gonna rain this week, then we're gonna just put the claddings on both sides and trim it. And the last piece that we are gonna be putting will be the roof ridge, and with that we will complete the exterior of the workshop. So the idea is what you just saw. Put a panel right in the middle, all the way up, and cut it with the triangle shape on top, and then put the both sides so it's centered in the middle, and the overlap, you know, the overlap that you will see when the light hits or when you are lighting inside at night. You will leave both lines here, one here and one there, all the way up, and center, you know, it's the same distance from here to that line than from here to that line, and it looks nice. We could, you know, you could get away putting it anyway, but then, you know, when you turn the lights on, then you see both lines that are symmetric from the center. They are same distance, same space, which is something you always need to take care of if you want things to look nice and organized and neat. I'm waiting for Eugenia because I cannot do this alone. Okay, I was able to bring Eugenia here finally. Good. Lolita is also here. So the full team is here now. New merch.
Te va a salir.
Looks
Dale.
great. Looks like a factory edge. The scale is just we just stopped for a little while. We're gonna eat some snacks because we're very hungry. Aspen is here, all cozy. And Eugenia is preparing the snacks. What are we doing today, Eugenia?
Arepas?
Arepas. Is this big one mine?
Yes. This is for lunch.
And this is lunch. We're finally gonna be eating these small pumpkins. I've been decorating the house for a while. A couple of yams. And we have fish from the local market. Snack break is over. Now we're gonna jump on that other side. I need to go over there and add more screws. I'm also gonna add the screws in the whole perimeter in the top. I think today we're gonna be able to cover both facades, screw them all, and tomorrow will be trimming day. It's the type of job that I really like doing because it's super exact and nice, and you need to be like organized. Aspen is following me while I talk to you guys. I think he wants me to stop talking to you. Aspen, what do you want, man? He knows exactly where to land. This Chinese cabbage almost died. His phone landed right there. Trying to do, man. Aspen, you cannot escape today. Hoy aquí a trabajar con nosotros. Venga, ahí, al curro, tío. Ahí, inspección. ¿Qué tal ha quedado? Aspen, how is it looking, man? Good? Proper job? Just hold from this. Hold from here, come. Come help. Just hold from there. Or at least I am. Eugenia is feeling fine, but we're gonna power through it and try to install the last panel so we can, get a sense of achievement today and have everything covered. But right now I couldn't even, I just want to sleep.
sea, cometimos un gran error.
Good morning, guys. I'm not quite sure if we're gonna be able to put the roof ridge on top of there. Mainly because we just don't have access to it. It's far too high, and the plastic that we used, I don't think is strong enough for me to stand on top of it. So it's gonna be tricky to access, to screw over there. And also on the other side is even worse because we have the solar panels already installed. There is no way I have access to the screws. So we are debating what to do. Yenia, what do you think we should do?
I'm thinking something else.
She's already decorating the space. Oh, by the way, look at the plant through the wall. It looks so good. Looks good, eh? And it sounds so good too. So happy with this, man. Eugenia, should we start working?
Yes.
I think we should put it underneath this one so the water goes out and then on this side, because if we put it here like we marked, then the water will go down and underneath, like in the back of this one. And that's not a good idea, so we're gonna trim it a little bit, no?
Hay mucho que
Think about me one more time before you go. Someday you'll know. Someday you'll know. You know what I'm going to say? I've been feeling this way for far too long. And now you're gone. Took me away from all of my fears. Kept me away from all of my tears. Now you're gone. And now I'm lost. Finally, I think I can see clearly now. I'm in love.
I wasn't very sure about this trim when I placed the order because I ordered them way thinner than what I did for the cabin. And the reason being because I wanted it to look thinner in scale, the whole building. When you look from the front or from the side, if you have a fat line on the corners, then your whole building looks fatter. But now with a front trim like that, you know, it looks super sleek. Alright guys, snack break is over. Now we're gonna go ahead and start installing the trims for this facade. Before I do that, I need to add the screws on this part because last night I was very tired and I cut myself and I was missing the screws and hitting the panels. So we decided to leave it for today because I was doing more damage than any actual progress. So today is now
These are the rivets that we have been using. The way it works, I'm just gonna tell you because this is the first time that not the first time today, because I've been using it for a couple of days and I didn't have a clue how it worked. You have several different bits that go here. This one is for 4 millimeters. The rivet is something like this. So you put the long piece inside. Of course, you need to make a hole where you wanna rivet it. We are gonna make a hole through 2 panels. Pass this bit through the hole and then press it. You see, it cuts and then you do like this, and you are left with this. This is just trash, you know. You cannot do anything with this. I mean, you can use like a toothpick or something like that. Eugenia is not agreeing with my comment, but yeah, it's trash. So I just wasted 1 rivet for you guys. You just press it in. With my machine you need to press it twice. Three times. So what's happening here is this is the roof ridge piece. It's a very wide one. We have the profile for the solar panels right here. Originally I had planned to put the profile over here. The day that we installed them, we decided to put them here, and I forgot that this piece was too long. This roof ridge actually hits the structure of the solar panels, so we cannot install it, and it's already ordered. The plan is to cut it. We have tried with the X-Acto knife and it doesn't work. It did work in a smaller piece, but in this one it doesn't. Right there it is. Try this at home because there is no way I can repeat this. Have you seen this line?
You have to do the second one.